Colin Todd, signed from Derby County for £300,000, makes his debut for Everton against Wolverhampton Wanderers. And the place he's been given in his new club's expensive jigsaw is at right back, the position he played in when he won his first full cap for England. Todd replaces Terry Darracott. And that was good news for young Billy Wright. On Tuesday, he won his first England under-21 cap. Now he retains the number 5 shirt here at a time when competition for places could not be keener. So this is the defensive lineup for Everton. And there's also a change in midfield, where Trevor Ross comes in for his first league game of the season. He's recovered from an operation for a dislocated shoulder. The front line, that's the one that's played in all Everton's games this season. Mickey Walsh, £325,000 summer signing from Blackpool, scored his first league goal for his new club last Saturday. His partner, Bob Latchford, leading scorer in the league last season, has scored 7 times this season, but so far none in the league. And between Bob and a goal today stands Bob Hazel, Wolves centre-half, born in Jamaica, and a scorer for the England under-21 side in Denmark this week. Hazel lines up today with plenty of experienced defenders around him, but in midfield, Wolves continue their experiment with Peter Daniel. He was a fullback when they signed him from Hull at the end of last season. And there's a familiar name among the strikers. Wayne Clark is the 5th member of the famous Willenhall family to play league football. Also members of the Clark family, of course, Alan of England and Leeds, now player-manager of Barnsley, Frank, who played for Carlisle, Derek with Oxford, and Kelvin Clark, who's now at Walsall. Today's referee, Mr. George Courtney, a deputy headmaster from Spennymoor in County Durham. He spent 3 months in the summer refereeing in the United States, where he took charge of matches involving 22 of the 24 clubs in the North American League. No clash of colours today, so Everton are in royal blue and white shorts, and Wolves in old gold and black. The call, the play it across the box, and he's given it away to Ross. Bradshaw coming for the catch, and he couldn't get 2 hands to it, had to palm it away, chip back across towards Walsh, and this time Bradshaw makes the catch. Wolves very undecisive in getting the ball away, and there was a clear header there for Mickey Walsh, eventually cut out by Bradshaw. So it's less than a minute of the game gone. Daly stopped, and Hazel there before Latchford. Wolves' problem has been that they just haven't been able to score goals. They went nearly 7.5 hours before a Wolves player put it in the net. Things got so bad that a local Wolverhampton paper was offering £50 a goal. And in fact, of the side playing today, only 2 have scored. Daniel got one from a penalty, and Bell scored one. Right. Now Todd. Useful foot stuck out there by McCall. Here's Parkin, and McCall lets it go. Latchford, 1-0. Well, John McCall, with the experience of more than 350 league games, committed an elementary error, stepped over the ball, assuming it was Bradshaw's, quite unaware that Latchford was there, and from there on, it was an easy task for the Everton centre-forward to get his first league goal of the season. 1-0, 5 minutes gone. sort of error that haunts a struggling side, and just the boost that Everton need for them to pursue their confident way at the top end of the table. Todd coolly to right. Dobson, Pejic. Challenged by Clark, is given as a foul. Coming in hard on Latchford. Clark. Daniel robbed. Carr. This is Patching. Foul by Lyons on Willie Carr. Parkin. Good header away by Dobson. Thomas chasing this. Walsh herring into the middle. And there's the cross towards him. Just dropped a couple of yards short. Foul by Bell. And Pejic, who was fouled, willing to take the free kick. On the quarter hour, 1-0 to Everton. And that was a foul, penalty. For John McCall has done it again. McCall bringing down Mickey Walsh with a shoulder charge off the ball, and a penalty for Andy King. King scores his 6th goal of the season, and what a beautifully struck penalty it was. Bradshaw made up his mind, and he made it up wrong. But for John McCall, the game turning into a nightmare. 2 errors, punished with 2 goals. Parking. Pejic. Now Pejic has found some room. Carr. It's a free kick for Wolves. They certainly haven't been winning very much else in midfield. McCall. Dobson, Latchford, Walsh, Todd. Wolves chasing shadows. Right to Ross, who also collected Daniel at the same time. Thomas. Palmer's tackle. Latchford. Walsh is in the middle. King taking over. Thomas on the touchline. Todd is also up in the box. 4 for Thomas to cross to. And he went for the one to the near post. And Hazel managed to nudge it back to Bradshaw. Hazel is patching. Well read by Todd. Dobson now. Walsh to his left, Latchford through the middle. That's the ball for Latchford, and Bradshaw is just there first. Good searching ball by Dobson. Latchford fast after it. Bradshaw just a bit too quick. Patching. Didn't go out, and Daly goes on and can cross. Not under it too much. Went for the chip and rather scooped it. Walsh. Palmer collects. The route back to his goalkeeper is cut off. It's a goal kick. But Latchford was in the middle, so there was no back pass available for Palmer. King to Todd. To the middle for Walsh. And King going through. Good, brave save. Scrambling, but effective by Bradshaw. There was more danger there. And the middle of this Wolves defence looks very suspect. Todd. King. That's a good ball inside Palmer. Recovered well. Palmer, an England under-21 fullback a couple of seasons ago. Dobson. Pejic up supporting. Towards Walsh. Very much as though McCall was helping him with an elbow. John McCall, Liverpudlian too. Daly. Patching back to Daly. And again the right foot curls it in. Lyons headed it out. Palmer. Intercepted by Ross. Thomas. Right to Pejic. finally finds Todd with a good ball. Latchford. Hazel at his heels. Walsh. Ross on a good run. And a good cross. No, it's too close to Bradshaw. The build-up again was good by Everton. The breeze may be a little bit tricky, and several of the crosses have gone just a bit too close to the goalkeeper. Ross. Markin. Bell. Control was bad. King. Lyons. Thomas wanting a quick throw. Dobson. Thomas, a little toe-ended chip for Pejic, who'd run well. Over, well over. But Pejic had come through well there, and Thomas knew he was going and found him with a nice little toe-ended chip. Turned back by Ross. Crowd impatient for Everton to go forward more quickly, but they've patiently worked the opportunity for the fullback to have a bit of space to make his pass. Trevor Ross played in the UEFA Cup against Finn Harps, but this is his first full league game of the season. Palmer. Daly. Clark, intercepted by King. Come on, says Mr. Courtney. Pejic gets a foot to it. Back header by Wright, back in by Carr. And Wood, tall and long arms. Todd. Patching fouls Todd. 5 minutes from half-time. Header down by McCall. Hazel to Palmer. Carr. Markin for Daly to try one, and Wood clutches it safely to his chest. There's only one way the shot could really go, and Wood had it covered all the time. Now it's Pejic pushing Everton forward again. Down into the corner with Hazel. Palmer. Daly. Good jump. Right to Ross. Ross looking for the long ball for Thomas, but it was very well picked out by Jeff Palmer.
Maria Deegan of 110 Grosvenor Road, that goes forward to the fixed room, please. Christina Maria Deegan.
Hazel. Parkin. Dobson. King. Todd. A little bit too ambitious, that pass. Carr. Parkin. Daly. Parkin wanting someone to come to meet him. Bell, Carr. And Woody Carr at least getting up towards the edge of the penalty area. He's had to go fairly deep to look for the ball and hasn't really been able to direct operations in the way we've seen him sometimes. Lions. And that's the half-time whistle, and Everton go in leading by 2-0. And John McCall goes in to rue a return to his native city, which has been struck with disasters for him. He let the ball go for Bob Latchford to score the first goal, and he committed the foul, from which Andy King scored the second from the penalty spot. So a very satisfactory first half for Everton. They lead Wolves by 2-0. For more action, join us again in a few moments. Welcome back to Goodison Park. Everton 2, Wolves 0. Not an unexpected situation in a match between the team who started the day next to top and the team who started the day next to bottom. Dobson. Destruction and an indirect free kick. Everton currently second favourites to win the championship at 7-1 against. Thomas's free kick to Latchford. King just whipped that one up, but Bradshaw was alert. Good try by Andy King.
For Shelley Ellington, 532 Burrows Lane in St Helens to go to the police room immediately, please. And Richard Barfield to contact the main office.
Whether it even came into play. No, it didn't. Daly. Thomas. Ross. Just asked a little too much of Pejic. Good header under pressure from Daniel. Hazel. McCall. Parkin. A casual ball from McCall. McCall trying to retrieve his error. Commits the foul. Backing away to get under the ball. Goalkeeper comes and claims it. Big lad is Paul Bradshaw, and once he makes up his mind, he's pretty hefty. King. Nicely weighted pass for Thomas. Goes on. I would have thought that he pulled Palmer back by the shoulder there, and Palmer runs after Mr. Courtney to tell him so. It's surprising the referee let it go. Lions. Walsh, forward by Ross, too hard. against him for an arm on Bell's shoulder as he jumped for the header. Daniel to take the free kick, and Wood was caught in two minds there, and there was a good deal of indecision in that Everton defence. It was a good free kick, floated across the box. Wood hesitated about coming and almost got caught in no man's land. Right, Thomas, and ball. Pejic, King, and through goes Pejic. Nicely timed run by Pejic, and a very ill-advised stab out with his foot by Hazel. If Pejic had gone over it, it was going to be a penalty for sure. And to a certain extent, Wolves were lucky that Pejic beat Hazel. Dobson, Hazel, straight onto the head of Pejic. Back again to Carr. Dobson. Tom. Dobson. Todd the square pass, Dobson the outside of the left foot. Markin. Was nice for Wright. The pass wasn't very good for Latchford. Now with Clark in the middle, appeal for handball, and it looked very like it. The referee must have decided that it was accidental. This is Daly in towards Bell, but headed away by Wright. All stripping off their sub, Mel Eves. Cross towards Bell, got in there before Lyons, couldn't direct the ball. Norman Bell on the end of the header, but side netted. And now the substitution will be made. Wayne Clark coming off, and another youngster, Mel Eves, coming on in his place. Staffordshire boy from Wednesbury, made his debut last November against Ipswich. Todd. And Latchford with Hazel after him and Bradshaw coming out. And Latchford back into the goal, cleared off the line by Palmer. Good swift move there by Everton that almost paid off. Todd's ball gave Latchford a chance, and with Bradshaw out of his goal, it needed a clearance from just by the post by Palmer. Thomas to take the corner. Dobson on a run to the near post, and there was some pushing before the ball had got anywhere near the penalty spot. Free kick to Wolves.
The ball substitute, Mel Eves.
Carr. Everybody running right for Wolves. Right. Finding Ross with a good ball. Distribution has been very good on the whole in Billy Wright. Todd to the path of King, and it's a corner. Crowd warming up again as the Everton pressure builds again. Second corner in a matter of minutes. Lions on a slow jog forward. 10 and 9 there, Walsh and Latchford. 8 is Dobson. This is Thomas to take the kick. Wright is up there, but Bradshaw catches. Catching. Bell. Carr. Daniel. He got forward into a good position, but he couldn't produce the goods when he got there. Dobson. Palmer was really firmly struck, and Pitchick must have felt it. Dobson and Daniel tangling. Dobson now to Thomas. Walsh head down and chasing. Hazel with him. Hazel holding him off. The free kick is given the other way. Carr. Parkin. Parkin playing it in. Accidental handball by Pejic, but then a foul on Eves and a free kick only 3 or 4 yards outside the area. Wood is wanting his left-hand post covered. Wolves wanting to take the free kick quickly. Mr. Courtney says no. Meanwhile, Everton are making a bit of a meal of getting their wall organised, but they seem to have sorted it out now. 3 men will do. Daly, blocked by Walsh. Patching. Parkin. Lions header. And that was a very fine effort from Daly. Parkin. Lyons gets up above everybody. Daly, mishit. Todd back to Wood. Magic. Right. Lions. And this time George Wood is going to kick. Hazel. Thomas. Walsh had gone down towards the left touchline. Thomas on a run on his own. It's Bradshaw's again. Daly towards Eves, picked up this time by Wood. Todd. Hazel. Leaves Carr. Just Bell in the middle as Daly stretches out, and Wood saves well. A bit more direct and purposeful by Wolves. The final shot covered well by Wood. Beginning to sound just a little bit impatient. Has been rather untidy in this second half. Pejic. Dobson. Thomas available. Thomas on the right foot. Well, nobody picked him up. Thomas moved into the middle and had all the time in the world when Dobson gave him the pass. Hit it wide. Offside, Mel Eves. She's glancing header. Nobody running on. Call. Lyons. Todd. Patching. Offside again. Once again it's Eves. Right. Latchford. Pejic on the touchline. Side to Thomas. Trip by McCall. Walsh, King and Latchford poised at the back of the penalty area. Thomas to take the kick. Into the near post for Walsh, and King couldn't turn it in. Very well worked move. Thomas's free kick. Walsh's back header, and King coming in at the far post couldn't turn it in. Now Eves put in by Bell. Good cross. Bell couldn't meet it. Patching did and only just fired it wide. Patching coming in on a good cross from Eves and firing just wide. Courtney checking his watches, and I think any second now we shall hear the final whistle. Daly swung across towards Daniel, but too hard. And that's the final whistle. At the end of a not particularly distinguished game, Wolves have suffered for the 2 goals that they gave Everton in the first period of the game. The first terrible error by McCall, which let in Latchford, and then on the quarter hour, McCall's foul that gave King the chance from the penalty spot. Everton 2, Wolves 0. And here's the Everton new man, Colin Todd. Always pleased, I suppose, to have the first one under your belt.
Yeah, it's always ever so good to get the first one out the way and with a win. I thought we played ever so well first half, but second half, the last 20 minutes, we tended to give the ball away.
How long is it since you played at right back?
I've never played it right back for the club. I've played it for right back for England, and I think it's probably 2 years ago that I played, last time I played.
Does it feel strange to you?
Not really. I enjoyed it ever so much. You know, it's a position where you can get forward and you've got your defensive job to do as well. So I wasn't that strange, you know.
And what's your impression of the team after 90 minutes?
Well, it's not the first time I've seen the team play this season. Of course, we played them down here, and I've always been impressed with Everton. Got good players, and their side is never going to give goals away, and they're going to score goals themselves. And I think we've got a good chance, you know, of winning the league this season.
Colin, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Let's now go and get a verdict also from manager Gordon Lee. About the game as a whole, Gordon, first of all.
Well, I think our first half performance was very good, and you know, it was nice to see Bob Latchford score a goal, even though we might think it was a gift. And I think for a spell in the first half, we perhaps played as well as we have played this season. And I think we won the game there and then. The penalty was good for us, and I think we'd won the game. I think in the second half there's a bit of frustration set in.
In a sense, though, you've got to say that you won through 2 goals you were given.
Yes, I think one can look at it that way, but you don't sort of get goals unless you put pressure on sides. And the fact that the boy made a bad mistake from a defensive position would suggest that we were playing well and having most of the game. And,
put it another way, then, having got 2 up in a quarter of an hour, shouldn't you have scored more?
Well, yes, I think we should. I think we could have done in the first half. And as I said, generally, I think our approach work and our play was good enough in the first half. I think we played very, very well. And in fairness, the goalkeeper did very well, I thought. And again, Wolves defended well in the first half, but second half a bit disappointing. But you know, that's football.
There were some noises of disgruntlement from the Everton fans. I think they felt you were playing possession at the back in the second half, which they were not too thrilled with.
Well, I think I mean, it's funny, old game football. You know, people need to be educated on the way that you try to play, and I'd sooner Georgie would throw the ball to the right back constructively to keep the ball than kick it 50, 60 yards up to their centre half who heads the ball back. And I think when you've got a game won, your object is to be constructive. And I want the players to be constructive from the back, because I think that's the right way to play. And I don't like them to whack it forward and give the ball away. I like them to try and play constructively, and you know, that's the way football is.
Constructively fine, but this balance that every manager, I suppose, has in his mind between successful football and entertaining football, difficult to achieve and very much in people's minds at a time when you've only recently sold Duncan McKenzie.
Well, I would think they ought to be more pleased this year than last year, but why people talk about one particular player when football is about a squad of players? I mean, I've just sold Jimmy Pearson, who did a very, very good job for Everton Football Club last year. I also sold Mickey Buckley, who was given 5 or 6 years service to the club. And for some reason, nobody talks about those 2 players. They tend to talk about the way that they're intimidated through the press, and it's unfair, I think, to the players, because it puts pressure on the players. And as far as my players are concerned, I would think any manager would be proud and very pleased if his team had got 12 points out of 14. They've beaten Wimbledon 8-0, they've beaten Finn Harps 5-0, and I would think that, well, I'm sure I wouldn't swap my job for anybody, and I'm quite sure that every team in the country would like to be in Everton's position.
Gordon Lee, thank you very much. Now it's time for more action. There's a useful foot stuck out there by McCall. Here's Parkin. And McCall lets it go. Latchford. 1-0. Well, John McCall, with the experience of more than 350 league games, committed an elementary error, stepped over the ball, assuming it was Bradshaw's, quite unaware that Latchford was there, and from there on, it was an easy task for the Everton centre-forward to get his first league goal of the season. On the quarter hour, 1-0 to Everton. And that was a foul. John McCall has done it again. McCall bringing down Mickey Walsh with a shoulder charge off the ball, and a penalty for Andy King. scores his 6th goal of the season. And what a beautifully struck penalty it was. Bradshaw made up his mind, and he made it up wrong. But for John McCall, the game turning